Welcome to the Virtual College Fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Counselors and StriveScan. Before we get started with our presentation, just a few quick housekeeping items. The first is that to ask questions to any of our panelists, please use the Q&A button. You're welcome to ask questions to a specific school. Please put that school's name in your question. You're also welcome to ask a general question of all of our panelists. And also just a reminder, your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And please do sign up for more sessions, the same website where you signed up for this afternoon session. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same website. But without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our first presenter, which will be University of Virginia.
Hi, my name is Christine Greer, and I am an assistant dean here at the University of Virginia. Let's see. Okay, so just to get started today, let's see. UVA is considered the public flagship university here in Virginia. We do have a strong commitment to the undergraduate experience, and that we have just under 17,000 undergraduates a year, but we keep our class sizes really small. Over half of our classes have fewer than 20 students, and we have a student to faculty ratio of 14:1. Something that we're really proud of are our retention and graduation rates. 97% of our students who attend UVA in their first year choose to return for their second year, and 95% of all of our students go on to graduate, which is currently the highest rate among public universities in the country. There's a lot of different ways to get involved at UVA, and part of that is really from this notion of student self-governance. We don't believe that learning ends in the classroom, and that was a founding principle of UVA. And part of that's reflected in our student clubs and organizations. We currently have over 1,000 student-led clubs and organizations, so there really is something for everyone, including Madison House, which to date has put in over 100,000 hours of community service in our community. There are plenty of opportunities to study abroad in all fields, and if you're interested, please head to the Education Abroad website to learn more about that. These are admission statistics. We got over 40,000 applications for admission this past year, and that makes our job really tough because we get so many more qualified students than we can accept. A piece of that, though, as a Virginian, we do accept, in our incoming class will be 2/3 of Virginians every year. And so the offer rate for in-state students tends to be just below 40%, and the out-of-state offer rate tends to be just below 20%. As for the application itself, we exclusively use the Common App. The application is live for you seniors who are currently out there. And something that's a little different is that we don't admit to major, we admit to school. And so we're really just looking for fit students who have that broad top courses across their core: English, math, science, social science, and foreign language. For our College of Arts and Sciences. For engineering, we'll look a little more heavily at your math and science coursework. And then for architecture, we'll look at the technical and artistic skills. And for nursing and kinesiology, our two smallest programs, we will look most heavily at your performance in the sciences. And in addition, we do require at least one counselor recommendation and one teacher recommendation. You may have an optional second teacher recommendation, but we don't take anything beyond those. Remember, 40,000 applications for admission, so three maximum for your teacher recommendations. As far as the essays go, UVA does have two additional ones that are included with the Common App. One is going to be related to the major to which you apply, and the other one is going to be a fun one. So take that space. We don't have interviews, and so essays are a really great place for us to get to know more about you and get to know you a little bit. One thing that I didn't mention on the last one page was testing, because for the first time ever, UVA is test optional this year. What that means is you can choose whether or not you want your test scores considered at the time of application. What you see here is our mid 50% range for last year. However, I will stress to you that you are under no requirement to submit any tests this year. You will not be penalized. We understand that you all have faced a lot of challenges, so we truly say, when we say test optional, we mean test optional. So, you know, don't feel any stress to submit a score. You're not going to be penalized without it. In terms of timeline, the most impending one is November 1st. So if you're a senior, hopefully you've been thinking about that. Then you can apply early decision or early action. Early decision is binding, meaning that if you're admitted, you commit to attending. Early action is non-binding. And for both of those, you apply a little sooner, hear back a little sooner. You can be either admitted, denied, or deferred, which is when we review you again in the regular decision round. The deadline for that is January 1st, and you'll hear back April 1st. For all three of those, we have the same financial aid deadline, which is March 1st. UVA is a little unique in that we do meet 100% of need-based financial aid, and we are need blind in our admission review. If you want to see what you might be eligible to receive at UVA, head to our financial aid website for a cost estimator. Lastly, these are some different ways that you can get in touch with us. We always have a Dean of the Day who's available to answer questions for you Monday through Friday. And also in the bottom in orange are different ways to get in touch with our students. We do have some exciting online events coming up, including a couple events this week. I'll just give you a quick preview. If you haven't checked that out yet, we still have events tonight dedicated to the different schools, and we hope to see you there. See. All right.
Thank you very much, UVA. Up next this afternoon will be Hollins University.
Great, thank you. My name is Kayla Nasip. I am the Director of Admission at Hollins University. I'm excited to share some more information about Hollins University. To give you a sense of where we're located right in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Roanoke, Virginia. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the region, it is wonderful for the outdoors, has great city life in Roanoke itself, and we're easily navigable from different areas such as Richmond, we're about 2.5 hours away, Washington, D.C. about 3 hours away, and from Virginia Beach about 4.5 hours away. To give you a quick glance of some of our fast facts, our average class size at Hollins is 11. The nature of this really comes from the intentionality for professors and students to get to know one another. We are a small liberal arts women's college at the undergraduate level, so our total campus size is just around 800 students. So that naturally gives way to the opportunity for us to have small class sizes and a small student to faculty ratio. Top majors at Hollins, you might know Hollins for English and creative writing. We do have a wonderful English and creative writing program with multiple Pulitzer Prize winners, as well as opportunities for students to publish before they graduate. Our biology program continues to grow in strength with wonderful success rates for students in the pre-vet and pre-medical fields. Business being another top program, psychology, expanding its presence, as well as our arts programs. In addition to that, we are a member of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference with 8 Division III athletic opportunities, including volleyball, soccer, cross country, track and field, basketball, swimming, tennis, lacrosse. And then we also have a nationally recognized equestrian team with the facilities right on campus for students to board and engage in that as well. To give you a better sense of our community really prides itself on being diverse and inclusive and valuing and respecting the difference among our students, faculty, and staff. So having such a diverse community really enables our students to gain some additional perspective by hearing wonderful insights from people who might have different backgrounds, come from different locations than yourselves. So about 34% of our students identify as students of color or Hispanic Latinx students. We are represented in 44 states. across 20 countries, and about 53% of our population are Virginians. So you can see, although we are small in size, we are diverse in terms of our population. To give you a better sense of some of the opportunities students are able to engage in during their time at Hollins, we do have 27 clubs and organizations that are more affinity-based, such as our Black Student Alliance, Asian Student Alliance, Unión de Estudiantes Latinx, our SAGAS, or Sexuality and Gender Alliance, some specialty clubs and organizations, as well as academic or athletics clubs and organizations. We also have a number of honor societies on campus that students can take advantage of depending on their academic areas of interest. In addition, our students are quite involved on campus. So we have a number of students positions in our student government association, such as our class cabinet, which are elected roles, as well as our student government executive roundtable. What's unique about Hollins is they have a public forum each week for students to engage and discuss what's happening on campus and how they can really be leaders and affect change on campus. And that's something that's really important to the Hollins community, is that students are leading and are able to take advantage of leadership roles and affect change within our institutional campus, which lends right into the opportunity for students to not only engage in their learning by being leaders on campus, but also through different and various experiential learning opportunities. So our Rutherford Center for Experiential Learning opened last year. So these opportunities were separate entities that existed before for many, many years. But because of the collaborative nature of these areas, we decided to open a center. Students have a guaranteed opportunity to participate in experiential learning at Hollins. So that could be through study abroad, which could either be semester, year-long, or during our short January term, or J term as we call it at Hollins. They have the opportunity to do individual research. So one-on-one with a faculty member, if you have a vision and you have an idea of research you'd like to do, you have the opportunity to do that. Internships, many of which take place during that J term or January term session. Lots of those internships have wonderful partnerships in New York City, Washington, D.C., some of the big metropolitan areas, and are sponsored by our wonderful alumni network. So you're getting that practical experience and understanding the workplace before you go out and graduate from Hollins. We also have the opportunity for students to take advantage of our Baton Leadership Institute, which is a great way for students to develop their leadership skills, understand conflict and negotiation strategies, so that they're really effective in their leadership when they graduate. Students that take advantage of the complete institute will actually graduate with a certificate in leadership studies. In addition, we have wonderful community engagement opportunities that our students are able to take advantage of. And as a result, our students are really successful. So students, about 3/4 of our students complete at least one internship, 50% or more complete 2 or more, and then 95% of our students were successfully employed or in graduate school within a year of graduation. So our success rates are quite high in terms of placement. In addition, 95% of our students who graduate do so in 4 years. So your time is going to be, we understand that your education is an investment, and we want to make sure that you're able to take advantage of all of these opportunities within the 4 years of your undergraduate career. And our students are able to do that successfully. They can double major, they can major minor, they can still take advantage of internships, research, and study abroad, and do so in 4 years. And then some accolades, just so you have a better understanding of our campus community. We are very proud of these accolades, and I think it's just reflective of the type of community that we offer. So if this sounds good to you, I'm going to chat a little bit briefly about our opportunities for application. We are a Common App school. We also have our own application, so you can submit that. Sending in your transcripts as well as your secondary school report or letter of recommendation this year will complete your application, because we are test optional. We have 3 application deadlines: our early decision deadline, which is November 1st and is binding, our early action deadline of November 15th, our regular decision deadline of February 1st. What's unique about Hollins is we are a rolling admission institution, meaning once we receive a completed application, we promise and guarantee a review of your application and a decision to you within 2 weeks. So regardless of your application type, you will have a decision in hand within 2 weeks of a completed application. In addition, we automatically provide merit scholarships to students who are admitted. Those start at $24,000 and go up to full tuition. Our full tuition recipients are students that are eligible for our Baton Scholarship, which are awarded to the top 5 to 10% of students, and it is a competitive process requiring an interview. We are committed to affordability. So like I said, $24,000 in scholarship guarantee for Virginia students, that is $27,000. And Excited to share more information if you have any questions in the chat.
Thank you very much, Hollins. Our next presenter this afternoon will be Shenandoah University.
All right, thank you so much. Give me a second, I'll share my screen here. Awesome, so you should all be able to see my screen now. Thank you so much for letting me speak to everyone. My name is Thomas McKenna. I'm the Associate Director for Admissions here at Shenandoah. So to start, I'd like to give you all just an idea of who Shenandoah is and kind of what makes our community unique. Shenandoah is a small private four-year university located in Winchester, Virginia, which is in the northern part of the Shenandoah Valley. It's about 70 miles west of Washington, D.C., and about an hour and a half west of Baltimore as well. Personally, I like to think of Shenandoah as a little big university. What I mean by that is, while our student population is relatively small, we have around 4,000 students total and around 2,100 undergrad students, we're still able to offer a really comprehensive experience for everyone. So what I mean by this is all students have an opportunity for a diverse academic experience. We offer over 80 different areas of study across 8 different academic colleges and divisions. And it's mixed with a really robust and active student life experience as well. So there's a number of different opportunities to get involved. We have over 90 different clubs and organizations, 22 Division III varsity athletics teams, and our world-renowned Performing Arts Conservatory, and a number of different majors available, also 400 different student performances done in the conservatory every year. So there's always something going on. As an institution, Shenandoah is not a liberal arts institution. We aim to educate our students with professional preparation in mind that will prepare them for their career after college. So at Shenandoah, we welcome students from many diverse backgrounds into our community that challenges our students to grow, both academically and as individuals, in an environment that is really supportive of our students as well. So our students thrive in an academic environment that features small class sizes. We have average class size around 18 to 20 students, at about 11 to 1 student-teacher ratio. And we're also going to expose our students to a broad exploration of diverse academic interests, including kind of multiple perspectives and different cultures, combined with that pre-professional training that will be a part of all of our different academic areas. So our goal is to prepare our students for successful careers in a wide range of fields and industries. We'll talk about some of those specific areas here in just a moment, and also to challenge our students to contribute broadly to their different communities. So as I mentioned, our incoming students have the choice to pursue degrees in over 80 different areas. We're well known for preparing students in careers in a number of different areas, which is including but not limited to healthcare, performing arts, business, information technology, and education. So our School of Nursing offers a direct admission pathway for our incoming first-year students, and they currently boast over a 98% pass rate on their national licensure exam. Our School of Pharmacy and Graduate Health Professions offer master's and doctoral level programs in areas like pharmacy, physical therapy, athletic training, physician's assistant, and more. Including some unique pathways that we actually offer for our freshman students, which will be fast-tracked at the undergraduate level and include a guaranteed seat in that different graduate program. In our conservatory, we offer 14 different majors across music, theater, and dance, including a top 10 nationally ranked musical theater program. Our School of Business offers students the opportunity to study in an internationally accredited degree, which will combine in-classroom education with the experiential on-the-job training as well. And then we offer a number of technology-based degrees in areas that are really in high demand. And we're actually the first college in Virginia to offer degree programs in virtual reality design and e-sport management. So part of our mission statement is to educate our students as global citizens. We encourage all of our students to explore different cultures, both in the classroom and through our extensive study abroad opportunities. We offer full semester, full credit study abroad, but then we also offer shorter trips for those students who are really involved on campus and don't want to commit to a full semester away. So some are for credit and some are not for credit. My favorite is our Global Citizenship Project. So over the last decade, we've actually sent over 1,000 students to 64 different countries. That trip is completely paid for by the university, and they send out 6 different trips to different locations all over the world every year. At Shenandoah, we have something called the I Am Learning program. So when you come in your first year, all students will receive a MacBook Pro, iPad Pro, and the Apple Pencil. Technology is for the students to use in the classroom as well as just in student life. And after they graduate, it is for those students to keep as well. It's really great because it allows all students to have access to the same technology and everyone's on a level playing field. It also helps students adapt to new technology that they will see in their professional career after they leave Shenandoah as well. All right, so from the student life side of things, Shenandoah is a residential community. 90% of our incoming students each year live on campus. We guarantee on-campus housing for all 4 years, and we have multiple different dorm styles for our students to choose from, including some on-campus apartments. We also offer a deep support system for all of our students while they're at college. I think that's one of the biggest benefits of attending a smaller private institution is the opportunity to get additional support. So we have our Learning Resources Center, which provides free peer tutoring, enrichment center for both math and writing, as well as disability services and special accommodations. We have our physical and mental health centers to make sure our students are healthy, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And finally, Career Services is here to help our students with everything to prepare for their career after college, including different things like resume building, mock interviews, mentorship programs, as well as starting to apply for jobs and internships while they're here. All right, so before I finish up, I'd like to cover some basics about the application and admission process. So Shenandoah works on rolling admissions. We review applications throughout the year, and we offer all students a merit-based scholarship. They're guaranteed for all 4 years. So last year's scholarship range was $3,000 to $15,000 a year. And the rest of our student financial aid package is comprised of local, state, and federal grants, other scholarships, as well as need-based aid that you might qualify for. And if you guys are interested in visiting campus, we are definitely still welcoming on-campus visitors, and we also have a number of virtual visit opportunities. So that little QR code that you see on the screen, you can scan that and it will take you to our visit page, and you can sign up for any of the different opportunities to visit Shenandoah's campus. That'll be everything I have for you.
Thank you very much, Shenandoah. Up next this afternoon will be Lincoln Memorial University.
Everyone, get my screen going here. So my name is Rachel Schott, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit about Lincoln Memorial University. I have not one, but 2 degrees from LMU, and I also work here, and I can't imagine a better place to call home. This is a picture of our historic main campus in East Tennessee. We're right at the border of Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. We are about an hour north of Knoxville, Tennessee. And as you can see, we have the Cumberland Mountain Range in our backyard, and the entrance to the Cumberland Gap National Park is right at our front door. So while we have an excellent view of the mountains, the elevation is not so high here, so we don't get any of the major snow events that sometimes occur up further. This is another view of our beautiful 1,000-acre campus. In the foreground is our DeBusk College of Osteopathic Medicine, and with the village, those are the apartment-style residence halls right behind it. And from this vantage point, you can also see our state-of-the-art math and science building and the roof of our 5,000-seat basketball arena. And then over there on the left, you can also see our brand new veterinary sciences building. LMU is a private liberal arts school. We were established in 1897. So as a private school, we do not charge out-of-state tuition. And after Tennessee and Kentucky, Virginia students make up the largest portion of our student body. We have around 5,000 students. 3,000 of those are in our graduate programs, finishing up degrees in medicine, veterinary medicine, law, or one of our other 22 graduate programs. And 2,000 of those 5,000 students are like you, completing a 2-year associate's degree or starting on a 4-year bachelor's degree. Our incoming students average around a 23 on the ACT or 1140 on the SAT and about a 3.49 GPA. But like most schools, we're going test optional this semester. You may wonder how a school named after Abraham Lincoln ended up in Tennessee. Well, we have the Cumberland Mountains to thank for that. The site of our main campus is directly under a V-shaped notch known as the Cumberland Gap, and the people in this community stayed loyal to Lincoln during the war and let the Union Army come and go in that gap however they pleased. So Lincoln commented that he wished he could do something to thank the people in this area. So after the war, his general, Howard here, came back to this area and started Lincoln Memorial University as sort of a living memorial to Lincoln. So though we have some religious organizations on campus, LMU is not a religious private school, and we've never received any money from a particular faith or denomination. We offer more than 30 bachelor's degrees. Our most popular is nursing. Also, we have pre-health biology, vet science, exercise science, and criminology. Those are our top 5 majors. We also have 6 2-year associate's degrees here. Our residential living options range from inexpensive traditional two-person dorms like you'd see in the movies filled with activity. And we also have apartment-style residence halls furnished with a washer and dryer and a kitchen. And while they're a little more expensive than the traditional two-person room, some students really enjoy that communal environment. We are very proud of our sports teams at LMU. Abraham Lincoln himself was known for his athletic ability, not on the basketball court, but where he grew up, he was really super fast at turning a whole tree into rails to build fences with. So Lincoln's nickname was Lincoln the Rail Splitter, and that's our nickname too. We are a Division II school in the South Atlantic Conference. We have 23 competitive sports teams that range from basketball, lacrosse, men and women's volleyball, even men and women's wrestling. Our athletes are students first, though, and while we have 13 SAC regular season crowns, our athletes regularly receive ADA Academic Achievement Awards. So like many colleges, we have a fully equipped workout facility and a swimming pool that can be used for exercise, or my favorite, movie night, where we sit on floaties and watch movies go by on the screen. We also have active Greek life with sororities and fraternities. And at its founding, LMU was a work college, so community service is still an important part of what we do. We're lucky that the Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Smoky Mountain area are very open to our students who come and do community service and internships there. As I mentioned before, we're extremely proud of our post-bachelor options that are waiting for students when they graduate. Our School of Osteopathic Medicine specializes in primary care physicians, and our Duncan School of Law is the #1 school for bar pass rate in the state of Tennessee. We also have a Doctor of Veterinary Medicine program just over the border in the state of Virginia, where we call the farm. It has 185,000 square feet of facilities over there. We also have a host of other medical programs, include doctor of nurse practitioner, occupational therapy, and physical therapy as well. Here at LMU, almost 60% of our undergraduate students are the first in their generation to go to college. So we are very open to helping you with every single step of the way. Here's our website. You can apply on the Common App, but you can also link onto lmunet.edu, look up at the top corner there and hit apply. It's a rolling application. Also, we have a fun chat feature on our front page. So if you just have a quick question you want to jump on, go ahead and ask it there, and a real life human being will answer your question. So you're welcome to sign up for a safe, socially distanced tour, but we also have a really interesting digital tour on campus where you can come and see all of our buildings. We're also not afraid to jump on Facebook Live with anybody and walk around campus and let you get the real experience live with us there. So like I said, our website is lmunet.edu, but here's my email address. Also, that's my cell phone, so feel free to call and text me anytime. I'm here to help. Thank you.
Thank you, LMU. Up next is Seton Hall University. I think you might be on mute there.
Okay, thank you. Here we go. So hi, everyone. My name is Jenna DiSombrino. I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions here at Seton Hall University. Okay, so Seton Hall University is located in South Orange, New Jersey, just 14 miles outside of New York City. We have about 6,200 undergraduate students, 55% female, 45% male. And we have students from all 50 states as well as 70 different countries. Our diversity rate is 45%, and our average class size is 21. And we also have a student to faculty ratio of 14:1. We offer over 90 majors and programs that all fall within our 10 schools and colleges listed on the screen. To highlight a few, our School of Communication and the Arts houses our nationally ranked college radio station, as well as one of the top college newspapers. And there's also a ton of different opportunities for students in this college, being that we are right outside of New York City. And then in terms of our School of Diplomacy and International Relations, we have an exclusive alliance with the United Nations and offer unique programs, one being a semester in DC, where students can not only intern, but take classes for a semester in DC. Our Stillman School of Business is ranked as one of the best undergraduate business programs in the nation. And this school offers a lot of hands-on training, whether that be in a market research center, a mock stock trading room, as well as a sports polling lab, all located on our campus. And then also our School of Health and Medical Sciences offers multiple dual degree programs that allow students to get a bachelor's as well as a master's within a 5 or 6 time year frame. So Seton Hall focuses a lot on hands-on training in each of its schools and colleges, but we are also huge advocates for internships. We have a 12-member Career Center staff that starts working with students their freshman year of college, and they're able to provide our students with over 17,000 different internship opportunities each year. This helps us to rank 4th in the nation for providing our students with the most internships. So as you can see on the screen, some of our students, like Andrew, has interned at Prudential, PwC, and Fox News. Brianna has interned at Google 3 times, and Chase has interned at the DEA and U.S. Secret Service. Our students' hands-on learning paired with their internship experiences help them to have a 92% employment rate 6 months post-graduation. And additionally, they report to have 50% higher mid-career earnings compared to students from other universities. In terms of what's new on our campus at Seton Hall University, we have an interprofessional health and sciences campus that just opened up in 2018. This has state-of-the-art facilities that allows students to have a very clinically based experience learning. So some of the facilities include a mock OR room, a labor and delivery room, as well as different simulation labs. Our students that would take classes on this campus includes those in the School of Health and Medical Sciences, the College of Nursing, as well as our medical school. Also, our Buscino Leadership Institute has been ranked as the #1 leadership program in the nation for the past 5 years. This leadership program is housed in the Stillman School of Business, but it is being used as a model to build leadership programs across all of our different schools and colleges. So now to move on to the student and campus life of Seton Hall, we have over 150 different clubs and organizations, and within that 22 Greek organizations. These numbers are constantly growing, and we love to bring more and more organizations to our campus. We have 14 NCAA Division I sports teams, our most well-known one being our men's basketball team. And all of these teams compete in the Big East Conference. We also have 25 plus club and intramural sports that about 50% of our students participate in. So this is another great way to get involved on our campus. And then we also like to highlight that we are just 14 miles away from New York City, a 30-minute train ride. So there's endless opportunities for entertainment in there as well. In terms of how to apply to Seton Hall University, we take a look at 4 different deadlines. Our first 2 are considered early action, meaning that they are non-binding. Early action 1 is November 15th, and early action 2 is December 15th. Our regular decision 1 is February 1st, and our regular decision deadline 2 is March 1st. With highlighting those application deadlines, we also like to highlight that you should file your FAFSA by November 1st, and that we offer many special scholarships that you can apply to by January 15th. So that includes my presentation for today, but if you would like to find out more information about Seton Hall, definitely follow the link for admissions, or feel free to reach out to me with the email address provided on the screen.
Great. Thank you very much, Seton Hall. It looks like our next presenter, Virginia State, may have had some technical issues. So while we're waiting to see if they're able to rejoin us, this is a good opportunity for any of our attendees to pose additional questions you may have via the Q&A feature. And I might also pose a question to our panelists. Perhaps you could share with us an event or tradition on your campus, or given that 6 minutes is very short, one thing that you did not include in your presentation that you would like to share with the group. And we'll go back in the same order. So when we start with University of Virginia.
Great. I'll share one of my favorite traditions that we have. It's called trick-or-treating on the lawn. We have it every year. This year it's gonna look a little different, but it's my favorite time. Students from the local elementary schools are invited, and they all come dressed up and come trick-or-treating on our main lawn, which you see behind me. There are students, fourth-year students that live along the lawn, and these historic sort of residence little rooms, and the students go around trick-or-treating. It's a huge event. It's just a really joyous day that we have on grounds. So yeah, it's my favorite day of the year.
Great, thank you. And I promise we'll get to everybody with that question, but it does look like Virginia State was able to rejoin us. Jalen, are you, you're up next if you're ready to go.
Yes. Okay, let's get started. I will share my screen with you all. All right, my name is Jalen Thomas. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Virginia State University. We're located in Petersburg, Virginia, about 2 hours south of DC, 30 minutes south of Richmond, just to kind of give you the area. 236 acres, like I said, a beautiful campus. We have a lot of fun. Let's just jump right into it. So these are some statistics about VSU. I won't read them verbatim, but they really speak to the family feeling that we have at Virginia State. So we average around 4,300 students, so not that large of a campus. You'll definitely see familiar faces. You'll recognize people as you walk around day to day, especially if you travel the same way to get to your class. And when you get into your classroom, you'll definitely feel comfortable. It's, I guess you could say, like kind of like an intimate setting. So you have the opportunity to build a relationship with your professor as well as your classmates. You feel comfortable enough to ask for any help that you need. If you have questions, you can definitely go to your professor. They will be able to identify you by your name. So I definitely encourage you to keep that positive relationship with your professor and your classmates. You never know who knows other people, networking opportunities, so forth and so on. So you'll really enjoy, you'll feel more inclined to go to class because, like I said, they know you as an individual. You won't be identified as just your ID number. All right, so just to go into more detail about what we do on campus, we are Division II. We are part of the CIAA Conference, Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Our sporting events are a lot of fun, especially our basketball and football games, a lot of energy. You'll have our band there, Trojan Explosion, our pep band, our woo-woos, which is our cheerleaders. We're known for, they kind of like are the staple at VSU. And if you're not really interested in going to the athletic games, you definitely can still get involved in many other ways. We have over 90 clubs and organizations that cater to acting, singing, dancing, modeling, poetry. Then there's like the academic side. So you have a lot of clubs that are catered to your majors. So mass comm, math, psychology, history. There's organizations on campus for community service. If you're into like promoting events and things like that, there's organizations catered to that as well. So a lot to choose from. I definitely encourage you all to get involved. We have over 130 study abroad programs. Obviously, traveling is not is limited now, but once that is back up and running, we typically host a passport day as well, where you can get your passport on campus. And then that top right picture, I'll go over briefly. That's our Divine Nine. All of them are active to my knowledge, so you can definitely get involved in that way. One thing I add, if you want to join Greek life, discretion is key. So we have a lot of fun. We have activity hours as well. And the activity hour ranges from, it's a break in the day from like 12 to 3, whatever the schedule is. But we have game trucks, food trucks, there's performances, there's DJs. Sometimes you may walk by and see people getting pied in the face. It really varies. But once again, a lot of fun, and it's very interactive to be on campus. So we can talk about the main reason why we came to school, and that is to get our degree. So these are our academic colleges. I won't go over every single last one as far as each major and minor and concentration. But College of Agriculture is one of our very popular departments. We are a land grant institution, so we have a farm 2 or 3 miles away from campus. And our College of Natural and Health Science students, they use that as well. But the farm has everything that you could think of on there: fruits, vegetables, life, aquatic life, just about anything. So there's research that goes on, there's projects that take place. So you get the hands-on experience for the majors that use that. Our Regional Affluence College of Business has the highest accreditation a School of Business can have. So that kind of speaks for itself. It is challenging, it is competitive, but it definitely pushes you and prepares you for what you would be experiencing out in the real world. So awesome program. College of Education, for our future educators, we offer special education, middle school education, elementary education. Once again, those professors, they're educators themselves, so they really have a passion for what they're teaching you and to make sure that you're successful.
1, 2, 3.
That you're successful with, in the classroom while you're at Virginia State, as well as when you go out into the workforce. And you definitely will get that out in the field experience with your internships. We partner with a lot of different companies in each of these departments so that you can gain that experience. Many of them require the internship, as a credit. So you'll definitely have to look into that. But we have resources that you definitely have at your disposal on campus. So you won't be doing it by yourself. You'll definitely have someone to help you along the way. We want to make sure that you're successful. College of Humanities and Social Sciences, you have your mass comm, psychology, social work, engineering, and technology. Our engineering program is definitely a great program. That's very hands-on as well. So when you walk into that building, you don't see many standard classrooms. You will definitely get the hands-on experience. You'll be able to apply what you're learning in the textbook as well. So that really helps you retaining that information when you're able to do it for yourself. Natural and Health Sciences, that's your biology and chemistry. We have 4 pre-professional tracks: pre-law, pre-pharmaceutical, pre-vet, and biology pre-med. So you can definitely look into either one of those or either of those if that is one of your interests. You can definitely find more information on our website, vsu.edu, for all of these, from the freshman year to sophomore year, all the classes that you'll be taking, just to give you more insight. These are in-state and out-of-state tuition rates, kind of straightforward to the point. The one thing that's not included in this is your room and board. So your room and board is an additional $10,000. And then we will jump over to the requirements, minimum GPA, and then our averages. So we're looking holistically. We accept students above and below. Our application is free. It doesn't take long to do. The essay is optional as well. All right, so then we'll move on to our merit-based scholarships. I know I'm kind of rushing. Merit-based scholarships, they do require both GPA along with SAT or ACT as well. So I encourage you to take those tests. We are test optional. So if you fall below that 3.0 mark, you can still submit your application along with your transcript in order to get a decision from us. Our application is free, like I said. Here are some additional scholarships that you all can look into. It ranges from departments, majors, and in your local community. This is a summary. Like I said, application is free, automatic scholarship consideration, so you don't have to do anything additional for the merit-based scholarships. And we are rolling admission as well. So we accept applications now all the way up until the beginning of August before the school year begins. Contact info, and that's our QR code that you will use to use for your application, free application. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Virginia State. And going back to our earlier question, we have a few minutes remaining. We can move to Hollins University. Favorite event or tradition, or something you didn't have time to put in your presentation?
Sure. So I'll share one of my favorite traditions on campus, and I think it's really relevant given the timing. So Tinker Day, which actually our modified Tinker Day took place yesterday. It's a random day in October when the president announced to the senior class that classes are canceled for the day. It's a great way for our community to come together and celebrate. In fact, many alums are still participating in Tinker Day, and we had an alumni Tinker Day on Saturday. But classes are canceled, students dress in costumes, we eat Krispy Kreme donuts in the dining hall, and then we hike Tinker Mountain, which is right next to campus. And at the top of Tinker Mountain, we do some class skits and songs and enjoy fried chicken, mac and cheese, and Tinker cake, and then hike back down. So it's just a great way to kind of pause mid-semester and have some fun as a campus community and really come together to show our love for each other and the Hollins community in general.
Great, thank you, Hollins. Shenandoah?
Sure. So I'll talk about a couple events actually that one is kind of a tradition for all of our new students. Every year we have a new student convocation. So all the students get to walk across stage just like they will when they graduate, meet the president and shake hands in a pre-COVID world with the president. And they're also given a small welcome gift to Shenandoah. So that happens on move-in day. Another event that isn't necessarily specific to Shenandoah, but our local area in Winchester, every year they have what's called the Apple Blossom Festival, which is awesome. It's a week-long festival. Classes are actually canceled on Thursday and Friday so that students can go out and participate, but they bring carnival games and a bunch of different like food vendors, everything like that into the area, and they have a number of different things going on around the town. It's always a lot of fun. Our students get very involved, and it's nice because it falls before finals, so it's a nice way for the students to blow off some steam before they have to go into that stressful week.
Great, thank you. Lincoln Memorial?
Well, instead of a special event, I want to tell you about a club since it's kind of Halloween time. We actually have a paranormal club, the Lincoln Memorial University Paranormal Club here on campus. It's very popular, especially around this time of year. We also have a cemetery that's right here near the campus. And oddly enough, there is a leg buried at the cemetery, just a leg. It just says the name's man and his leg, not even the rest of his body. So it's sort of hidden in the cemetery. It's a fun thing for students to try to find. We also have a big trick-or-treat event for the community, and the students take the costume contest very seriously. So we hope you can come at any time of the year, but especially fall. It's a good time.
Great, thank you. Seton Hall, you have to follow that.
That's a hard one to follow. But in terms of Seton Hall, my favorite event that we hold on campus is probably the different holiday traditions that we have. The biggest one being our tree lighting ceremony. And this allows not only current students, but also alum, as well as the South Orange community to come to campus, listen to different holiday music, see the Christmas tree be lit, as well as enjoy different holiday treats.
Great, thank you. And Virginia State.
So I would say our probably biggest event, which is usually held around this time, I don't know if anyone else said it, is our homecoming. That's probably the event that I enjoy the most. So we're kind of going through withdrawals right now. But homecoming is essentially just like one big family reunion. You have people that come back that graduated from Virginia State in like 66 and 74. And it's a tradition for them. They make sure that they are present. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of energy. The university, University Ave, which is also called the Yard, is packed with people. We have people are using their tents. They're out tailgating, the football game, the band. And it just really is a lot of fun. And then we have a spring version of that called Spring Fling. The alumni don't come back for that. That's more so for the university. But homecoming is definitely one of the biggest and one of my favorite events.
Great, thank you, Virginia State. And thank you to all of our panelists this afternoon. And thank you to our attendees for joining us. Before we end this session, just a few quick last items. Once you close the window, you'll receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask you to take a minute and complete. We also remind you to go ahead and sign up for more sessions on the same website where you signed up for today's session. And within about 1 week, a recording of this session will also be available on that website. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day and good luck in your college search.